Packers get their first win on the season, 27-10 against the Chicago Bears. I'm Joey, welcoming you here to Underage Packers. Today, me and my co-host, Big B, are going to give all of our thoughts on that valiant Packers win. Big B, how was it to be in attendance for the first W on the year?
Felt great. Fortunately, I was felt like I was the only one cheering in my entire section, which
Ugh.
I just had to carry everybody. I had to put the
Oh,
team on my back, though. It was getting annoying, but my voice is still here, unfortunately.
yeah.
So I did a good enough job.
Well, I can't believe I saw Kyle Kuzno tweet out there that there's a lot of Bears fans there, and I know you said the same,
Yes.
which makes sense. It's close to Chicago, and Lambeau Field just has that legendary aura about it. But I can't believe that. What are we doing, people? You need to tell your 80-year-old grandma to give her or give you her tickets if she's just gonna sit there and not bring it all out for the Packers game. All right,
Yeah.
this is not a little like with the Cardinals in St. Louis, and I take part in this, and it's pretty much with every baseball team just because there's so many games in the season. But with the Cardinals in St. Louis, it's a tourist stop. You go there to spend the afternoon and have a hot dog or whatever. But when you're going to a Packers game, you got to be a part of the madness. All right, you got to be a part. If you can play a part in making the opposing offense mess up, you got to do that. That is your job. Your job is not to do the wave on offense and not to have Matt LaFleur tell you to get loud on third down for the defense. Get it together, folks.
I know. It was actually like really weird. Like I didn't expect like everyone to be that dead. Like they were still pretty good, don't get me wrong, but the way I was expecting it, like it was
Mm,
nowhere close. And the people in front of us, I swear to God, they didn't show one emotion that entire game. It was drove me
brutal.
insane. It was brutal.
My God, you're paying $300 just to get in. Let's bring the energy, folks. You got 3 months to turn it around. It's actually exactly 3 months, and then you and I will be there Monday night against the Rams. So you got 3 months to fix it up, Green Bay. I have high expectations for you to turn around until then. um to the actual game, though, obviously a lot to cheer for. After that first quarter, they really got in a rhythm. Early on in the first quarter, it looked like they might have a little bit of a struggle. It wouldn't be a walk-away win. And the game, this reminded me of kind of a 2019 Packers game. It had that feel.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yeah, like they struggled a little bit in the first quarter, and the opposing team really isn't in it, but they are like one big play or two away from really making it a close game, and the Packers have to be on their heels. And then they stopped Justin Fields on 4th and goal. You can say that's a touchdown, but it wasn't. If you like lying to yourself, though, you can say it was. So yeah, it reminds me of 2019, specifically the Panthers game from both 2019
Oh
and
my
2020.
God, get out of my head. I legit have been thinking about that all day. It reminded me so much of that Panthers game.
Okay, yeah, it just really had that feel about it. Besides not having snow like it did against Carolina, but
Yes.
those two games, very similar.
And the best part is I was at that Panthers game. So it's like that is so good.
Which one, the 19 or 20?
19.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
So, other than that, like I said, first quarter was a little bit rough, but then the second quarter they had 3 touchdowns, and then after that, Bears were really trying to play catch up the whole game. You saw what you would have liked to seen from the Packers offense last week, from the Bears offense this week. They were fine with running the ball. However, they don't have the red zone ability. They don't have the playmakers to, when it comes down to it, having to put points on the board. And that's what was the downfall for Chicago. Now, one thing that was obviously a headline of this game was Elton Jenkins returning to the lineup for the first time since 2021, late in that season after he tore his ACL. But he was back. And, I saw a lot of people, including myself, weren't It definitely wasn't his best game, it's fair to say. And that was noticeable. I saw Jake Morley say that, he just did not look good at all in pass protection. But run blocking, he was a force to be reckoned with. I think this offensive line as a whole was kind of inconsistent throughout the game. You know, they let up sacks early on, and then, between Runyon, Royce, and Elton, there was a few holding calls between the three of them, and Josh Myers as well. Josh Myers had a little bit of a rough game, but for the most part, they held up. And like I said in my video I posted yesterday morning of the top three performances, just compared to last week against Minnesota, they played so much better.
Mm-hmm.
And now hopefully we get David Bakhtiari back this week against Tampa, so that they have him going up against a great defensive line, a great front seven in Tampa Bay on the road. So that's that. That's my thoughts on the offensive line performance. Big B, you want to add any other thoughts on this offensive game?
Yeah, you could tell just with Elton Jenkins out there that the entire offensive line seemed to be playing a lot better, especially from last week. Elton Jenkins is that leader in that room. Same with David Bakhtiari, but with him out on the field, it just seemed like everything just started to click. Happy Elton is back, and glad there was no setbacks or anything.
Yeah.
So happy he's back.
Yeah, and even if David and Elton aren't perfect, aren't their usual themselves for their first few weeks, like Andy Herman said today, this first game back was going to happen at some point, right? This first game back where they were showing a little bit of rust, still trying to get used to it. I mean, Elton Jenkins, his most familiar position is not right tackle. Even though he does have that versatility, this is not his natural position among offensive line. So, get those early games, get that rust out of the way early on in the season so that they can be back in all pro form by the end of the season.
Yes, and of course the rust is expected. Like you're not
Yeah,
just gonna go out there like Madden and you're back to your all pros.
exactly. Now on to the defensive side of the ball. Once again, kind of an inconsistent game. Struggled to stop the run through many points throughout the game. We're able to put pressure on Justin Fields. Preston Smith had a great game. Both weren't stopping and putting the pressure on. Secondary looked really good. I mean, it's, you're going up against Equinemius St. Brown, Darnell Mooney, and who's it's and what's it's, for the Bears wide receivers. Like, not a lot of talent there. Love seeing Jair get that game stealing pick late in the game. Justin Fields did not look great. But hey, he still got some time to turn it around, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I was just so terrified to face Justin Fields. All them Bears fans saying he's gonna absolutely kill us. But I haven't heard from him since, so I don't know what happened to him. Apparently, they went back into hiding.
I can't believe there's still a select few Bears fans that get a little bit of confidence before every game against the Packers. You just look at your Twitter feed, and there's so many Bears fans that got a little too cocky, clearly, before this game.
Yes, very.
Yeah, and now they all start their downfall. They won their first game against a good team, and now they'll start their downfall. I remember last year the Bears started out like 5-0, or was that 2020? I know there was one year recently where they just started off really strong, and then after that collapsed again.
I don't think it was last year.
Hmm.
Might have been the year before. I don't know.
They blend together.
Yeah.
I say that like I'm a 50-year-old. But yeah, seasons blend together. Um, Other than that, good game by the Packers. Still some stuff to sharpen up, but this is what you'd expect for them to go up against a bad team like the Bears at home. You want them to win by 17 points. They clean them up easily. And like we mentioned, next week we got Tampa Bay on the platter. Should be a good one. Hopefully, much different than the past two matchups against Buccaneers. Let's get our revenge on the road. Let's do it, people. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below on this game against the Chicago Bears, and follow us on all the social medias. Talk to you later. Go Pack Go.